Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Faux Show. Today is Saturday, November 23rd. My name is Angela.
And my name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the Faux Show is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat room which I have here on my iPad.
Oh, the chat room? Man, I've got that here on my screen, full screen, right there, right now. Boom.
It's over there on a monitor where we can see ourselves, and it's on this monitor.
Doesn't matter. I actually have a lower third that has been assembled by a dozen smartphones combined, and then I have wired each of their screens to work in concert together, zoomed way out, and then applied a slight GPU-accelerated blur to make all of the lines fit together, and our chat room is powered by mobile phones today from the jblive.tv IRC chat room.
Wow. Okay, well, so we are going to cover must-have apps. This is the third episode we've recorded today. If you've been watching for the last couple of weeks, you would know that. Or maybe you were here live today on this Saturday, November
on a marathon.
23rd. Yeah.
We just had some pizza.
A faux-a-thon.
Now, it's gotten cold out here, so hence the...
yeah, actually, no, I'm not cold at all.
No, this is nice.
But, well, between the chocolate wine and the lower third and...
I'm drinking the Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Ale. I'm finishing out the rest of my pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
Funny thing. Seriously,
this is hilarious.
Not even joking. Like here, touch this. Touch this. Would you say, touch it down here, would you say that's chill?
Yeah?
Yeah. Totally just took it from the garage. Hasn't been in the fridge at all. That's how cold our garage is out here in the studio. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's just right off the floor of the garage. But that works, right? It's eco-friendly.
Drinks beer off the floor.
I got a confession to make.
What?
You know, I used to do an Android app pick every single Sunday on Linux.
I know. Yeah. Majo is really good at tracking those for you.
And
Thank you, Majo.
Since I haven't been doing them, because I quit a little while ago, I have been jonesing to talk about some apps. Jonesing.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, so I got some good apps.
Well, maybe you should do the next last all about those apps then.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that would be a horrible ass.
Well, why don't you... Why don't you go ahead then?
Should I start with my first one?
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I think that would be a good idea.
Some of these, if you're smart, if you're informed, or you watch Linux Action Show, or all of the above, you already know about a couple of these, but you need to eat your vegetables, people. These are important apps. We got to talk about them. I got to tell you these things.
That's actually funny because Rakai does not like vegetables.
Well, I don't like vegetables either, but I understand the importance of eating them. All right. So did we mention that Rikai's in studio with us today? How cool is that?
Yeah, there he is.
We got Rikai in studio guest.
Yeah, that's his Minecraft avatar that I sneakily snuck.
All right, so
redundancy is awesome.
Let's start with my first app. It's one that saves me money almost every time I drive on the freeway.
Hey, in what ways does it do that?
Oh, I see what you did there, Ange. That's so funny, Angela.
I know.
So Waze is navigation, sure, but it's also, it's a social experience. You're going about that? Really? I've lost you over Waze? In what ways?
So good. Oh my god.
I think she's
You know
cracked.
what's stupid is that it was such a smooth transition and now I'm screwing it all up.
Yeah, it was good. It would have been smooth, but yeah.
I can't even see straight now.
So Waze, and you like social experiences, right?
I do.
So
I host one right here on Jupiter Broadcasting.
Right, I've noticed. I thought that might be the case. That was sort of what tipped me off. This is everybody that's on the road. Are you good? Am I going to get through this?
It's good one, Ange Battle.
Am I going to...
Okay, go. This is a really cool app, guys. I'm too warm.
Okay. So, Waze. If there's a cop or a car on the side of the road, other people of the Waze app will report that for you. Plus, people can like you. You get. They can thank you for warning them. And here in Washington State, we get a lot of cops, especially on our Interstate 5, and
especially around holidays. They're all like, "We're gonna get you."
They're looking for people
for the holidays.
They're looking for people who've been drinking chocolate wine, is what it is. So you get the reports of everybody that's around you, what speeds they're traveling, so you get an indication of what real-time traffic conditions are anywhere anybody's running Waze, which means side roads. It doesn't have to be a main road. You get people worrying about red lights. You get people worrying about cops. You get hidden cops, visible cops. You get car on the side of the road, broken down truck on the side of the road. It's all an information portal, and they tie in navigation.
Let me tell you something else. Plurk.com is a social network, right? And Plurk has... You're like, where are you going with this? Plurk has something built in called karma, where you post daily and you get karma, or you respond to people and you get karma. And if you don't post, you lose karma. If you lose a friend, you lose karma. Anyway, Twitter and Facebook, they're all like, That's stupid. Waze
You get karma.
is it called karma?
No,
No,
it's,
you get points.
Yeah.
If you are the first to report an accident
Yep.
or you confirm an accident, you get points.
and I think when you people like yours, like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, and that makes it a social experience. And for us, we just used it the other day. It was really nice to know that, more than one person said there's cops, on this stretch of I-5.
And what's cool is they also do a lot of interesting things, like you can set it up so that way you wave in front of the camera and then you can do voice prompts, so you don't have to actually take your eyes off the road, which is nice when you're driving. The downside to Waze, and I don't know if it's going to get any better now that Google bought them. I hope Waze doesn't just kind of go away. But the downside is it does have ads, but they're clever. Like when you stop moving, that's when the ad comes up. Or if you're like,
yeah, because it's like, oh, you're looking at your phone? Bam.
yeah, or like, hey, did you know there's
this.
a Taco Bell nearby? Would you like to get a taco? And
Right.
it puts that up there, and then you can route to it. So that's Waze. Everybody knows about Waze. Probably shouldn't spend any more time on it.
Well, yeah,
but
sure. Like apparently, mail hauler who hauls mail, he uses Waze.
He should. I
Yeah.
mean, because when you're in a location and you don't know the beats of the cop, it's nice to get reports. Plus, it's cool to see crowdsourced traffic info.
Yeah. So picture this. I'm totally pulling the Golden Girls thing, but not Sicily this
Picture
time.
it, Sicily, 1985.
Yeah. No, it was 2 years ago. I drove to my mom's house with the kids, and it started getting stormy. And I was just about to head out so I could get home in time for naps when Chris texts me and says, "Don't go anywhere. There is a big storm."
Big storm.
And I was like, "Well, yeah, I can see the storm. Ain't no thing. It's just rain. I grew up in that house, in that area.
It's Washington. It rains all the time.
Yeah. Turns out, but I heeded his advice because 5 minutes later we lost power. And then tornado. A tornado hit a mile from my mom's house.
Yep. Touchdown on the road.
And do you know how he knew it? Because he was sitting there diddling with his new app, DarkSky.
Diddling?
Diddling. There it is.
DarkSky. What's cool about DarkSky
DarkSkyApp.com.
is it's all about a very narrow window. So say here's a generic use case. Gonna go walk the dog, right? And you want to know, am I going to get rained on in the next 10 minutes?
Yeah, and what app do you know of can tell you that?
It's
not even the weathermen can tell you that.
Then you can also get push notifications, so you'll get a notification a couple of minutes before it starts raining, which is nice.
Which you can tweak those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're like, oh man, I gotta go get the lawn chair in out of the rain, you get that notification before, or my barbecue, if my barbecue's sitting open.
Yeah, right.
I know to go close it up. It's kind of handy.
Yeah, or to not even light it in the first place. In the next hour.
Or one of the other things I've been known to do is look at it and be like, well, okay, the rain's going to stop in an hour and change, so I'll warm up the barbecue then.
Yeah. So mail hauler, he had forgotten about this app, and he's now going to go get it because as a commercial driver, he needs to know what the weather's going to be like. Especially if you're in the Midwestern and the Eastern where you get lots of snow and
Also,
stuff.
scroll down a little bit. Coolest weather maps ever. The coolest radar ever. And it looks so cool on the iPad.
And it's live time, it's live in future time. You
can scroll through a timeline.
You can scroll a dial and have it, show you what does it look like it's going to be in the next,
And then you have the rain meter. It shows you the volume of rain up, down, right to the minute, which is so neat.
Right. So yeah, it is a very cool. And I will have to know, what?
Internet phone only, though, by the way.
Yeah, internet phone. iPhone only at the moment, but they have somewhere on here.
Something about Android, yeah.
Yeah, that they're trying to blah, 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 want to use blah. Okay,
they have an API
they are working on it. They're
Yep.
working on getting it for Android.
Yep.
So, and once they do, I might be contacting them about being a sponsor, potentially.
Well, speaking of Android, I got an Android app for you guys, and I've mentioned this one before, but this is so awesome. Especially if you have a Samsung device that has a lot of Samsung OEM software on there, or any device. Any of them that ship with a lot of crap. Nova Launcher, my friends. Nova Launcher. It is a replacement for the launcher on your Android device, and it is pretty darn close to
by
stock.
launcher, you mean a home screen?
Yeah, so all of these icons here. So here's what's really cool about. So this is my Nova Launcher screen here, and one of the neat things I can do is I have a dock at the bottom, right? And my dock is actually scrollable, so I can have multiple sets of icons in my dock. So on one side, I've got note-taking, Google Hangouts, Google Voice, and a flashlight. On the other side, I've got all my apps and Chrome. And then on the other side, I've got all of the remote control stuff that I need to remotely control our phones. So that's really cool. What? You're peeking?
That's really cool.
So Nova Launcher is so you get the scrollable dock, you get customized grid. Oh, the other thing I like about Nova Launcher is I've removed all of the icon file names Just so it's just see how there's no text.
Oh yeah,
because I know what those icons are.
Yeah, they try to make them. Yeah.
So I don't need. So I can get an extra row because I've removed the text from the icons. Because the Evernote icon and the Pocket Cast and Google, they're all super obvious.
That's great.
Yeah. So
that's actually really
also
beneficial.
you can do infinite scroll, and you can set up like I have like you see a kind of like a cube effect. There. You can do different scroll effects, which is really cool.
Yeah, that reminds me of the movie Cube.
You can set up gestures. So check this out. If I gesture up from the bottom. It
did nothing.
Yeah, well, that does sometimes not do anything. I don't know what's up with that, but it's supposed to launch my Google search when I swipe up. From the bottom.
Okay, cool.
So you can set gestures like when you do certain things to have it recognize that.
Yeah.
You can hide apps. You can do
some other alternatives to this would be Apex and AWD.
Yep, AWB.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
AWN.
Sure. Sure.
There's a lot of launchers out there. Nova might not even be the best anymore, but I sure like it. And the reason I like it is well performed. Low memory usage, and very close in look and feel to the stock Google experience, which is a win-win for me, Angelo.
Sweet.
Speaking of the stock Google experience,
what?
I'd like to thank our first sponsor this week.
Ting.
Ting, which is mobile.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you got it. Mobile.
I read it.
Mobile. Well, okay. Mobile.
So,
go ahead.
Ting has an awesome opportunity for FauxShow viewers only, right?
That's right.
Because if you watch the other shows, Ting sponsors some of our other shows, but this is for FauxShow fans only.
You got to go to faux.ting.com to take advantage of it. In fact, that's all you got to do is go to faux.ting.com and sign up, and you could win.
Or transfer a device.
Yeah.
Sign up, yeah.
And you could win $300 in service credit between now and December 8th. And it's only going to go out to folks who visit faux.ting.com.
Just for those that take things literally like I do. You get by December 8th, they will choose a winner, and you get $300 credit. It's not $300 credit that you have to use by December 8th.
Nobody thought that.
The way you said it, I would have thought that.
Yeah, but nobody else.
Okay, well, anyway, so the average Ting bill is like $30-something.
$33 a month.
Which, if you think about it, smartphones like, iPhones with AT&T or Verizon, it's minimum for one line $120, $130.
Yeah, especially once you get enough text and you get
ridiculous.
And you get enough data. Yeah, it gets really crazy. In Tings, you pay only
data alone is like $40.
You only pay for what you use with Ting, Ange.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I did.
They got no contracts, no early termination fees.
Just a $6 month fee.
And then you can share from pooled minutes if you want to have multiple lines. You go to faux.ting.com to get started. Check out their devices page. I was talking about that stock Android experience. Ting is welcoming the Nexus 5. So if you want to get a stock Android experience, or if you got yourself an internet phone compatible with the Sprint network, iPhone 4 or 4S, it will work on the Ting network now. You can bring your own device. And if you bring your own device, Ting will give you a $25 credit on your first month of service. They really have some good phones, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool.
And also
it's about time that a service like this became available, and they're so current with their humor. Their phone number has FTW in it. It's 1-855-TING FTW.
Yep,
for the win.
Look at this. This is something I don't talk about very often, but they have a Kyocera feature phone. $63 when you apply our discount. $63
a month or what?
Just for the phone.
For
an unlocked, you own it. It's totally yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it might be like locked to the CDMA network in a sense, but it is off contract. It is completely fully yours. It's not subsidized for 63 bones, and then you only pay for what you use. And when you apply our discount, I mean that's awesome. So you get started by going to faux.ting.com. Check out the Ting rates. You're going to be flabbergasted what a great deal it is.
Yep.
You can also use their savings calculator. Also, check out their video on the Ting dashboard. I think you'll be pretty impressed with that can do. So faux.ting.com and take $25 off your first month of service if you bring a device. If you don't got a device, you want to get yourself a brand new fancy Android phone, just go to faux.ting.com and take $25 off your first phone. Woo. Big thank you to Ting for sponsoring the Faux Show.
Yay.
Love that dashboard.
Yeah, for reals.
Yeah.
All right. The next app is the Plex app.
You gotta have this.
I don't 100% understand how exactly Plex works, so there might have to be a future Faux Show on it. But basically, you install this app after you have your Plex server set up or whatever.
Yep. You gotta have a Plex server already.
And if you're on the network that the Plex server is on, you don't even have to log in.
Right.
You just put Plex on your phone or device, and you're able to watch any of the content that's on it.
It's great on the tablet, too.
Yeah.
Plex automatically detects what type of device you're watching it on and will do a transcoding if it needs to. So, like, right here, I have like a really high-resolution 16-megabit version, 1080p with 5.1 surround sound of The Aviator, right? That is obviously a bit overkill for a cell phone.
Yeah.
So what Plex will do on the server side is it will transcode it down to my phone. Now, I was watching this last night, and now I can resume on my phone where I was watching it on my TV.
Oh, yeah. That is the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter where you are in the house, it will resume wherever you last watched it, literally anywhere in the house. Because, we've been through a lot of different media sources, like Boxy we used, which I know is not the same as Plex, but Boxy, the start and stop time was specific to the unit that you were watching it on. But I like that about Plex.
Yeah.
About the fact that no matter where you go, it says, hey, the last time you watched this, it was.
It's also really easy to use the MyPlex service to get them to link up so when you're on the go, you can still stream, and it's smart enough to detect you're on 3G and then, adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
You've got, ours is so nice. You got all the different shows on here, and the Plex app, I don't know if it's actually free for the actual app, but you don't have to pay a monthly service to use the Plex app.
Yeah, and as you see here, Plex on your desktop. So for you Netflix viewers, if you have your own media server, you're already watching, and you have Netflix, you're already watching movies in your browser. So they make it a lot easier to view all that content just right at your computer as well,
and
which I've used.
I got a little Star Trek action going right now.
Oh, that's the other thing. They play the music.
Yeah, so when I browse the Star Trek section of our Plex server, it'll play the Star Trek theme as I'm browsing around.
Well, it plays whatever folder you're like The Simpsons or New Girl or whatever.
Here, let's... Oh, yeah, I guess it would, wouldn't it? I suppose it would, Angela. I couldn't tell you. I don't watch The New Girl. Anyways, so that's Plex, and it's awesome, and you should get it. And I don't know if it's free, but it's totally worth it. And you can put Plex on a Windows or a Mac or a Linux box, the Plex server. It doesn't have to be a dedicated machine. It just needs to be a machine maybe powerful enough to do a little transcoding. And then your Android or iOS device, tablet or phone, will automatically detect it, just sync up, connect, and play. It's so cool. You don't even have to have the MyPlex service.
Yep.
All right. Now, there's an app that's sort of like been like a smartphone game changer for you.
Yeah, it really has. It's called Shazam.
Everybody knows about Shazam, right?
No, I don't know, but Shazam is not... Well, first of all, okay, wait. Do you see over here? iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Phone, Windows 8, BlackBerry, other devices.
Look at them, huh?
Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah. And it's not just for finding music. But I will point out, before I move on, that this holiday season, if you're listening to a dedicated Christmas music radio station and you hear a song that you like, Shazam that.
Right.
Right? Because I don't even know how many times calling a radio station trying to figure out what song they played at 9:47 a.m. that morning.
Oh, yeah, you used to do that.
Not used to, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, so it took me a long time to narrow down, and then what I had to do is buy Christmas in the Northwest album off of Amazon and hope that song really was the song that I liked.
Jeez.
I actually bought a physical CD.
Gosh, man, the 90s and early 2000s
all I needed
were rough.
was this darn Shazam app.
How did it get by?
Anyway, but it's not just for music, people. I was at Round Table Pizza Buffet. Yeah.
That's odd. That's weird. How could that have happened?
And they had a commercial on the TV for like the army or something, and it said to learn more, Shazam this commercial.
Yep.
So, then they continued with the commercial, and, you Shazam it, and it picks up the audio, and it says, here, this is what we found. This is what you need to look at.
That's the thing they're doing now.
Yeah, it's so cool.
They embed a signal that you can't hear in the audio.
Right.
And then Shazam picks up on that.
Yeah. You know what I pick up on? Bacon signals.
That's right, like Bacon Reader for Reddit. This is one of my favorite Reddit clients. You can see it has both the phone UI and the tablet UI, and it makes like when you're browsing Reddit and they have meme pictures, it's super easy. It also does threaded comments pretty well. And one of the nice things is when you click on a story, you can click on the linky link and just go right to the page. You can click on the comments to read just the comments, or you can click on that user and see all the other submitted posts. You can manage your Reddit account. You can post pictures. You can obviously post pictures using Bacon Reader. Bacon Reader also has some widgets you can load on your desktop. Like, check this out, Ange.
Huh.
It's hard to show the folks at home, but you see right there?
Oh, yeah, Bacon.
Yeah, and you see it's actually...
For Bitcoin. Bacon for Bitcoin.
So on my Bitcoin screen on my Android device, I've got the Bacon widget right here, and it's just the top stories from the Bitcoin subreddit. And sometimes, like, I'll have, like, do I have it on right now? No. Sometimes I have a last one, too. So I can just go to a tab and I can just look at I just have a screen full of last stories on here, and it's real nice. And as I'm looking at it here on the widget, I can just tap any one of these stories, and it brings up Bacon Reader and takes me right to that story.
Nice.
Yeah, and Bacon Reader has a lot of sharing and saving features. So that's one. I got one more.
Wait.
I want to do one more Reddit one.
So, yeah, I know I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, I don't understand Reddit, but I ran out of apps that I use. So
Reddit is fun
is another one.
Yeah, and this is a little. This one is a little cleaner. It looks a little more. I don't know if modern is the right way to put it, but Bacon Reader's great. Reddit is fun. Is maybe a little nicer. I think it's a little newer. I've been enjoying it a little more. The other thing that is kind of nice is it has a pretty easy way to sort of pick which subreddits you're going to monitor from within the app, which is kind of cool. And it helped. Also, Reddit is fun. Has a pay version and a light version, which is nice because the pay version, one of the things it does a little bit better is handle Reddit messages, which is a cool feature to have when you've got a lot of people that message you. It also has a dark mode if you prefer to read your Reddit maybe at nighttime. Hello, NSFW. There you go.
So I just realized that I didn't put any Jupiter Broadcasting apps in this doc.
Do you want to do some honorable mentions?
Well, Rikai made the JupiterColony.com page here. Is it Jupiter Dev? What is that? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's where I'd want to go?
Yeah. Click on that S.
Okay, yeah. All right. So here's the list of the Jupiter Broadcasting apps and who made them, which is awesome.
Where would they go to get that, Ange?
They can just go to JupiterColony.com.
On link it.
And then click on what I just clicked on, Jupiter Dev.
Okay.
So Sibojar has our Roku app. Shane Kufel has the Android and Symbian app, and then the XBMC plugin is Rob Loach, and Callisto's not Bryant. The covariant tensor, I thought it was just covariant. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
There.
Let's talk about podcasts.
Okay.
You know about podcasts?
I might know a little bit.
Yeah.
At this point.
It is hard to get the right podcast app on Android, and I've tried a lot. I started with Dogcatcher. And I've actually
names are so funny.
I know. I actually started with Google Listen, but Google Listen is abandonware. So then I moved to Dogcatcher. Dogcatcher drained my battery a lot and had other problems. But I was so happy once I found Pocket Cast. Pocket Cast is so sweet. It has a great discovery function. Actually, I think it has.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
On my face. Okay. Well, okay. So you know how the shoemaker doesn't wear shoes. And then
the kids. The shoemaker's kids have holes in their shoes or something.
No. The shoemaker doesn't wear shoes. The people that do nails, they can't have nice nails because they're constantly taking off nail polish, so that they'd ruin their own nails. The podcaster listens to podcasts.
Oh yeah,
not his own. I don't know. I think it's interesting. That's all. Big work up there to nothing.
So one of the really nice features about Pocket Cast is, besides the really nice discovery, is they refresh server side your feeds. So as soon as you open up the app, all your feeds are already immediately updated, which compared to some other apps take forever, especially when you have a really big feed like some of our shows do. It has some good playback features, all the functionality you expect. The variable playback is nice if you like to speed things up a little bit. And I think overall, it also has a little bit of account sync stuff where you can sync which podcast you're subscribed to among multiple devices and things like that. So and it's free. So if you want a really good Android podcast client and one that works on tablets or phones, Pocket Cast.
That is cool.
Yeah, and the nice thing is you can sync which podcast you're subscribed to when you sign up for a Pocket Cast account between, like, if you have a phone and an Android device. You can be like, yeah, well, I'll just set it all up here, and then we'll just sync it to the Pocket Cast service, and then you log in on your other device, and Bob's your uncle. It's all your shows.
I don't have an Uncle Bob. All right.
You do now, sweetie. You do now.
One thing I have here that maybe you can explain because I don't know anything about it. ES File Explorer File Manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on Android, you can actually browse the file system of the Android device, but you need a file manager. It's kind of like Explorer or Finder.
Right.
Are you digging?
Yeah. No, I knew it was like Finder.
Right.
But
so on iOS,
but we don't have a lot of Mac.
Right. On iOS, you can't browse the folders on the phone, right? You just get you get access to your camera library, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But on Android, with this program, you could browse your entire file system. You could get to your downloads folder. So if your browser downloads something, this is one way you could sideload applications. If you wanted to put an SD card in your Android device, you could then browse that SD card with this program. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks like the chat room. We've got ESFM for the win. I love that thing. I use ES all the time. Yes. Good.
All right, well, I got a little practical app pick.
Well, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
It says add to wish list. Is that like, does the Google Play Store have like a wish list that you can share out like the Amazon wish list?
I've never done that. I've always been like, why would I add an app to a wish list?
Well, lower third, this is where you come in handy. School us and tell us what that wish list is for.
Yeah.
Or does Rikai know?
It's got to be for... Yeah, it's just
Yeah?
like for sharing it or for like buying. I guess like if you didn't want to blow the budget on a $1.99 app, you could add it to your list, and then next time you had $1.99, you'd buy it.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know.
Huh.
All right.
All right.
So got a Roku. Got a couple of Rokus actually. Big Roku fan, and Roku has an official Roku app for Android and for iOS. The problem is, this always bugs me, is you got to sign into the Roku service in the app. Well, and if you got a big old password, so here even right now, even though I've used it, I've been signed out of the Roku app.
Oh, sounds like Google.
Yeah. So I would have to continue, and then I have to sign into the Roku app, have to put my super long password in there and my email address, tap it all out on the phone. Meanwhile, I just want to start a show, right? So that's why I don't like the official Roku app. However, my friends, I've got something for you. They've renamed it now. It used to just be called Roku Wi-Fi, but now it's called Ri-Fi or RFI.
RFI.
This is a remote for Roku players that uses a UDP broadcast on your network to automatically detect your Rokus and then just connect to them. So you launch the app, you tell it to scan, and it scans your network, assuming they're on the same subnet, and it will automatically connect to the Roku and manage it. You don't have to worry about signing into any Roku account. It'll list all of them for you, or you could manually enter in the IP if you know your Roku's IP address, and then you get a fairly simple, straightforward control interface. It's not
like 3 input screen.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of funny,
and it's kind of fugly too. Like I'll be honest, like it doesn't look as good as the official Roku app,
right?
But all of the core functionality you need is there, and you can use it without looking.
Great.
Right? So that's nice.
Yeah.
So like when the kids are like when Dylan wants to watch something that he's not supposed to be watching, like it's nice to know that I don't have to worry about am I going to be able to sign into the Roku service before I can hit pause. I just have it right here on my dock. I just click that, boom, I've got it.
Or locate the physical remote, because when you have kids, it's never found.
Mm-hmm.
It's always missing.
See, right there, so this remote just connected to the Roku in our living room.
Oh, well, don't pause it because our baby's
I know, but you see, like on the other one, like I couldn't even get that far.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why don't they just do that? So anyways, if you got a Roku, I think this is free. I don't know. Yeah, well, I think it's free. So.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. All right, well, hold on. People might not know this, but for every faux show, we commission a very special CG generated from the Hollywood studios, professionally done. Costs us about $200,000 per faux show to render out a very special Jupiter logo. It's Jupiter mail sack. So, Ange, what do we got in the Jupiter mail sack today?
Oh, $200,000.
I know, well spent, right? I mean, that was pretty awesome.
All right. Norm writes, hi. The last couple of nights I've been trying unsuccessfully to watch different subchannels, Last, Unplugged, Unfiltered, FauxShow, on my Roku, but they all seem to fail. After displaying retrieving for a couple seconds, the Roku gets bounced back to the screen where it says play. I don't think it's the Roku itself, and Roku support suggests it might be the JB servers. I can always watch via PC, but it would be nice to watch via the Roku. Have others experience the same issue, or is it likely something on my end? Thanks.
Well, you left out the most important sentence.
Okay.
That BSD Now plays fine.
Okay, since BSD Now starts without issue, as well as other channels like Netflix,
right.
Roku thinks it's a JB server.
However, BSD Now is coming from the JB servers.
Is it? Because I thought they streamed it from BSDNow.tv.
No.
Okay.
It's all Scale Engine.
Okay.
It's all Scale Engine. It's all the same servers.
Okay.
So that would make me think that there might be something else going on. And I wouldn't even say it's a length of the shows, because BSD Now, it's got some long, big episodes, so it's not even so much that. Mm-hmm. What he might be talking about is the live stream, but it sounds like he's talking about on-demand videos, because he's talking about each show. Yeah. So I'll do some more testing. I'm not sure. Yeah. And if anybody else has any problems with the Roku app, the Jupiter Broadcasting form. Yeah, because we have a Roku app that'll play the live stream and play our back catalog, and I check it from time to time. Yeah. But I am not in a good position to try it because I'm sitting on a 50 megabit FiOS connection. So I don't generally have bandwidth problems with this stuff. So if you guys have some bandwidth challenges with your Roku app, let us know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, is that it?
That is it.
Well, good news. If you want to get a hold of the show, you want to watch us live, you want to get in contact with Angela, we've got all of that outlined at the bottom of the show notes. Just go over to jupiterbroadcasting.com, look for episode 155 of the Faux Show, and you'll find it all linked right there.
Yep. All right. Well, that ends the
Faux
marathon.
The Saturday of Faux.
Yeah. We didn't do 1, 2, 3 faux. We just did
Foder
3.
Day. It's Foder Day.
Foder. Fatter Day. No. No.
Dang it.
All right.
I do feel like it's been a bit of a fatter day.
I know.
We had
Yeah, I
pizza
know.
and-
Yeah. I want some more pizza.
But
Pie.
If you're wondering when the Faux Show will be live again, just go to jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar. We'll have it listed there.
To be honest, we don't know.
We don't.
We don't know if it's
Well,
going
I
to
guess
come
it'll
back
be
on a
in
Saturday
a couple
or
of
a
weeks.
Friday or
Yeah.
it'll be a couple of weeks from now. So go to the. Did you just say jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar?
Chocolate wine.
That means yes. Okay. That's it for this episode of the Faux Show. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, you can catch recent episodes of the Faux Show on jupiterbroadcasting.com/Faux Show. Also, get them on demand in the iTunes store. Search for Faux Show.